And I don't like his release, so stop talking about it.
I didn't say it once, but since you brought it up, I'm going to average heaps more than him. Yeah, at that price? Who? At that price, who? At that price.
No.
At that price. At that price. No one. Good. Matty for the
Too late.
Oh!
Too high.
They keep on asking me if Tom McConey's going to be a ruckman. It's not.
Not yet anyway.
Not even. He's not the best ruckman in cup.
Kidneys and chests. I want to see these.
You're not going to be seeing much of chest, aren't you?
Oh, Francis. I just got concussed.
Doesn't care.
Tom Mitchell doesn't just tug on the ball. Thomas kicks the winning goal and he got 140. Vice captain right now.
Welcome back to Supercoach Masters. My name is George and alongside me is Matty.
I'm Mattys, alongside is George, and I'm Mattys. George, you need a haircut, but you don't. But you look still sharp and sexy. And hey, it's been a long fucking time.
Champ. The footy's out already. Put down the footy.
No.
Nice haircut. Did you just want me to bring that? You just want me to say good haircut?
You know what's funny? Like, there's CBAs, they're just like, oh yeah, get on this, you know, it's fucking $2, he hasn't had a 25 disposal for 3 weeks, you know, so get on it and become responsible. And then the voiceover guy's like, chances are you're about to lose. And it's like you get pumped up, ready to do a bet. And the guy's
like, yeah,
the chances are, but I'm always like, oh, like every time he says that, I'm not even gambling. Like, it's just sad.
Sure you are.
Sure you are. Chances are you're about to lose. Oh. Anyway, Josh.
Welcome back. We had a week off. What'd you do with your week off, Matty?
I don't remember. It's been a week. That Monday, I probably just worked and came home and did nothing.
Heard it here first,
This
guys.
is what we do on our days
Now,
off.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, as soon as the finals start, at least 50% of the competition
50?
is done. With Supercoach, right? And then there's obviously this finals in 1 week. To be honest, people are playing in their league, maybe about 1 or 2 or 3% of people.
Yeah.
The people watching just absolute diehards or love some football. Now, we're going to talk about football because football is what we talk about.
Champ, drop the football or I'm going to get the other football.
Oh, champ, put away your emails. You're not at work.
Oh, that's money.
Get back to work.
Okay, get back to work.
All right, guys. Let's start off with the coffee shout.
All right,
There is one, and on time.
Let me say, is it Ocker?
It is Ocker.
Oh, that big dockeradoo.
Big, sexy Ocker. He says, well done, lads, on a ripper year. Better grab a table at the Logies for your incoming nomination. Every episode was better than the one before. Enjoy the break and look forward to starting from scratch in the new year.
We can't afford.
Peace out, Ox.
We can't wait to just start a new year. That's guys.
I can't wait. I want... Because
normally our pre-seasons, they start in October straight away. We already know.
My pre-season is well underway.
See, now this is what's going to happen. Matty's mid-price madness is not going to be a laughing clown joke. Obviously it is.
You say that now, and I've seen your mid-price madness for today's episode, and I'm telling you right now...
I'm saying, of course it's a joke. You're like, all right, just pick one because...
You pick one because someone might need a mid-price so that's in the grand final. And you pick... I can't
Joy,
even...
do you really think I was too busy at work and you're like, George,
Don't make excuses for your shit picks already, Matty. All right.
No one gives a fuck about mid-price madness this time of year.
No, I never did.
No, I never did. It's just a segment of tease.
But
anyway.
Everyone just wants to see how your brain works, and you're not building a lot of credibility with this next
My
one.
brain stopped working when Oliver was out for 7 weeks, that's for sure.
As soon as Oliver was out, and I made up the decision in my mind that I was going to keep him for no matter how many long, and then he was out for like 10 weeks.
Jordy.
Now, thanks, Big Ocker. It has been a great year. There's going to be a couple of things we'll be releasing before the year starts. Premiums that we will never pick again.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go through each other's trades and bag the shit out of each other. Because, guys, you know in the football games here, like there's the coach or the fans or the commentators say, you may as well go and try and win the game. Doesn't matter if you lose by 200, just give it a crack. That's kind of what I do with the Supercoach here, but we lost the game by 200 points, and that's reflective of our...
That's okay. Look, we're still hanging in there. I know a few of a few of the content players that play this game have signed off a long time ago.
They have,
including myself.
You've been checked out mentally for a while, but we've got a lot of good things to talk about.
I only come here because I don't see you as much as I used to. But anyway, let's talk about things. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the Kickstart Hall of Fame because I want to revisit this one more time because these guys are the reason why I'm coming in.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. That Wahab, he's just been a...
Let's look about Rahab's season.
Rahab's
season.
Actually, real mics. He's had a really good, spectacular season. We're doing the mouse.
He's had the MVP season.
MVP season.
And
He's like the Bond. Is he like the Bond?
He's the
Hasn't missed the game.
Well, actually, you know that even though Bond got 160 or something, he's not even the number one highest average player in Supercoach still.
Who is?
It's Tim English. So he's more like Tim English.
Oh,
Wahhabi Tim English.
Tim English.
Unfortunately for Wahhabi, he had 4 zeros or something on the weekend, and he just lost his final by about 48 or 58 points. Tough break, Wahhabi.
Very tough break.
Join us here on the Losers Lounge. And
Big Ocker, he's been some good fun. He's still the only one that's still kicking us and supporting us.
Wahhabi supported us last week.
I'm sure he did. Good old the Bruce. The Bruce just came in, annoyed everyone at the start, and he became to be a fan favourite. And we can't have a season without him next year, that's for sure. And he's one of these 60 jumpers.
He's still coming.
Still coming. Scotty, Supercoach baller. For a long time, Scotty, I didn't think you existed. I thought Geordie made him up, but no, you were actually real and
made him
up. Then you got the Whiskey D's. Oh, he's he a Geelong supporter?
I think he's a Catters supporter.
Catters, yeah. Then you got Engo. He's poor Engo. The Adelaide Crows got robbed. We'll talk about that. Sorry about that, Engo. Uncle D's.
Loves the graphics. That's what I like about Uncle D.
Great pistolas. Keeps on giving us some coffees because of my stupid trade of
the P&Net coffees have really died down.
We've got our lovely cousin / brother, Jamie Mizza. Billy, Dave turned it up. He's been quiet for a while. Dean Fields, we love Dean. He's been there since day one before we even started Round One podcast. But just all the boys, it can go on for a while. But frankly, I want to go home early. So,
if your name is on this list, you're an absolute mad dog. If you're a subscriber, you're an absolute mad dog. If you watch these videos, you're a mad dog. Mate, let's talk about Keays.
Let's talk about Keays. What a goal!
That was actually
what a goal!
That was a goal,
right? Was a great goal.
Now, if that was the Maggies...
if that was the
Maggies...
And Eddie Maguire was still...
Can they overturn this decision?
No.
You can't. No,
you can't.
Well, it was not clearly a goal. Gil McLaughlin has already said that it's a goal.
But there were still minutes to play. There were still seconds, not minutes. I'll say...
There was like a couple of seconds, yeah.
How many?
Like 2.
Was there only 2? Was that on the siren?
Champ, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there was at least a few.
It's then. It was.
It's done. And guess who Adelaide got? Adelaide got West Coast, and they should absolutely smash West Coast. But West Coast, that was another talking point. The Doggies lost to West Coast.
How can you not want to make finals that badly, Western Bulldogs?
I reckon it was a good old Adam Simpson not going to probably get his contract next year and said, you know what, fuck everyone.
You and your Harley Reid.
Yeah, fuck West Coast. We're not going to give you Harley Reids. We're going to put, you've been playing like crap. We're going to pretend you're injured. Get him off.
He was so good in the midfield when he was streaming out of there. Like, he looked like a Judd just bursting out of their packs, and like no one was catching him. He actually looked so good in the midfield.
Then you got Cripps kicking 5 goals against the Dog. Like, it was just unbelievable.
Cripps, when's the last time he had a bag of 5?
Jeez, I don't think he's ever had one. Tim Kelly apparently, but look, it was... What a fun packed.
It was such a fun-packed weekend. So Keays, we finished off talking about him.
Oh, poor Keays.
Went to the crowd, celebrated, obviously kicked the goal.
Yeah.
They're not going to make finals now.
No, they're not. They can't. It's impossible.
There's got to be something.
And Sydney, imagine if Sydney win.
What happens
what if Sydney win the final? What if Collingwood lose to Sydney?
It's more of an asterisk than, the whole drug saga with Essendon.
Oh, yeah. Like if any of these teams, because now Adelaide are always going to think, oh, what if? If Sydney actually, because now Sydney has cemented their spot in the finals.
So St Kilda.
So St Kilda. So any of those teams win, like against your club, it could happen to you. It could happen to Carlton supporters. It could happen to mainly Collingwood supporters. Only Collingwood supporters, but it's going to keep on going.
Well, what happened to every goal gets reviewed? What happened? Every goal gets reviewed. You fucking spouted that all year. Where is every goal getting reviewed? Where?
Did they not have the snicker?
It was reviewed by the goal up who made that decision. Yeah. That's what I mean by every goal.
It wasn't even like... I believe it was a goal. We just checked.
Well, if I'm being Keays, why am I not in his face on him?
Yeah, score it. Do it. Because you're getting told what to do. But anyway, like that Brad Scott said the week before, do we know better?
Did he say that?
Do we know better than the real people out there? Obviously we do, Brad Scott, you piece of shit. Is it Brad or Chris? Geelong's coach, whoever it is.
It's Chris.
He's a scumbag.
Brad's like coaching Essendon, I think.
Oh, who cares? But anyway, it's bad luck for Ben Keays. He celebrated, made himself look like a complete idiot.
He's not, because he celebrated a goal that he kicked that won the game. So he's not the idiot here.
No, I know.
If anyone, it's that Florent. Remember when he kicked that winning goal and celebrated? And
that was pretty
everyone just ran away from him after?
No one wanted to touch him.
Now, let's talk about the ramifications of the Bulldogs losing. Giants are now in the 8. Sydney have locked in. St Kilda have locked in. Bulldogs, they can mathematically make it.
There's only 2 teams that can make 8th, and that's GWS and Bulldogs. But Bulldogs need to win, and Carlton need to beat GWS. And if that happens, then Bulldogs make it. If Giants win, Doggies, that's it. Giants.
Now, Dogs have got an amazing team. You like their team? Their forward line's good, I think.
I would love to see the Doggies play Carlton round first prelim.
Do you think they got a really good team? Like, how do you rate? Like, do you rate their team better than where they are? Like, you think their team's obviously better than Sydney
defensively,
and St Kilda?
Defensively, they're pretty shit. Like but that's always been their case. Like they've got a.
Well, they got Jonesy back. After.
Well, look, I rate they're arguably one of the best ruckmen in the comp. They got arguably the best midfielders in the comp.
They got the best midfielders in the comp.
Yeah, in the comp. Yep, and that Hugo O'Meara, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Ugelhagen?
Yeah, Ugelhagen.
What the hell did you say?
I don't know. Ugelhagen. You've got him, you've got Norton, and you've got that Cody Waitman. When he's on, he's on. The only thing about Western Bulldogs is their bottom 6 players are just rubbish, like in their team. Like
you're talking about the O'Connells.
Oh, champ, we are talking about the Anthony Scotts. We are talking about the Gerays. We are talking about the Vandermeers. We're talking about the Riley Wests, the Poulters, the Jamie O'Donnells, Oscar Bakers to an extent. You know, all the rest.
They played a good game.
Yeah, but again, all the rest seem to be, superstars. But yeah, they're bottom 6 to 8 players.
Well, West Coast.
They've got A+ players, but they've got a lot of D+ players. The Bulldogs, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I think I understand where they're. Yeah. Their list. Their top 8 graders are high quality, but they're
and they always are. And they don't have Libber in this team either. So he's yet to come back.
But still, it's West Coast.
Yeah. It's
like
I know.
It's West Coast.
It's West Coast in Marvel. That's pretty.
You'd think it's going to be a smashing every day. They look like $1.01 or something, $1.02.
Well, you don't see Jamie Cripps kick 5 goals a game. That's for sure. And he pretty much decimated them, didn't he, single-handedly with the help of Oscar Allen kicking 3.
What about let's talk about the best game of the round, Matty. Now, I think this one was a pretty obvious result. I mean, me and J-Baz, one of our followers, were talking about it, and we thought that Collingwood was going to lose by about 20 to 25 range.
They lost by 24 points.
Well, there you have it. And I think Dacos and I think Darcy Moore.
The good thing about Craig McRae and what he said after, it made me feel better after the game, his post-conference. He was just saying things like, look, in 2 weeks' time, it's a whole different game when finals come. Like, arguably, we don't have the X factor, which is Jagowi. We don't have our captain in Darcy Moore. We don't have, arguably the best player in the competition, which is Dacos. Dacos. And then, and the spark that, lights up.
And Murphy's a big loss as well.
And Bobby Hill, I'm saying, it does spark up and is pretty handy. But, yeah, Murphy going down without Darcy Moore, of course, Danaher's going to kick a bag. What did he kick? He kicked 3 goals, 1, but that Charlie Cameron was also, they just all killed us. We had no tools. 3 goals to Hipwood, 3 goals to Joe Danaher, 4 goals to Charlie Cameron, and 2 goals here and there to the other Cameroners and the Archies, which I thought those guys, I hate shit players kicking goals against us. Like Archie was having a birthday kicking those 2 goals.
Who cares who kicks them?
I do, because I don't mind getting gold kicks against the big, players.
Because that really matters when it comes down to percentage. Who kicked the 6 points?
No, thank you. Yes, it does. Because you can stop it. George, you can stop Archie. Like you could.
But if you're putting all that attention into the good players, the shit players are going to get opportunities to kick goals.
What are you going to do, champ?
You're an absolute... Anyway, while Dacos all those boys coming back, I don't think it reflects too badly on the Pies, but get this, right? There's only 2 teams... or 3 teams. There's only 3 teams that have conceded over 100 points 3 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. It's North Melbourne, West Coast, and now Collingwood. Mm-hmm. Now, the defence was really tight. 3 weeks in a row, this defence has looked like a bottom 2 defence.
Oh, yeah, well, it's bottom 3. Yeah, stats don't lie, champ.
So, what do you reckon? The defence...
Champ, could this be a thing? Because Jeremy Cameron has not been in the defence for the last 3 weeks.
You mean how?
Jeremy Howe.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's pretty good back there, but the forward line looked pretty unstable. Enough about the Magpies, Matt Zeebs.
I hate that game. Yep.
Did you watch any games this week?
This game.
Did you watch? Is that the only game you watched?
I believe so. And I was loving the first quarter of the Gold Coast Carlton game. I was licking my lips. And then when they came back in It was a draw. Like they kicked 6-1, and then Carlton kicked 6-1, and it was a draw. I'm like, oh, that Gold Coast aren't going to win. So I think I turned that off too.
And then Curnow then done the match-saving mark in defence.
He did everything match-saving.
Well, that was a really good game. I didn't expect Gold Coast to get anywhere near a hungry Carlton who...
No, they only won by 4 points, that Metricon. But, yeah, no.
What about... Let's talk about the Bombers. They had... No, this is fact. This is not a joke. They had the easiest run in the competition this year with their draw. They just got smacked by 130 or 120 points against GWS.
Jesse Hogan
had 9 goals. Like, he's a fucking good player. If this was Collingwood, you'd be so dirty that Jesse Hogan's kicking 9.
I would be very upset about that one. But Kieran Briggs still doing the things that he does. Got 139.
Now, who was he rucking? Was it Draper back?
Oh, I don't know. Draper was back.
No, Phillips and Draper were...
Well, Kieran Briggs just did those things that he needed to do. Himmelberg even came up forward and kicked a goal with 30 touches.
Biggest score of the year, I think. It was
massive, easily.
30 touches and a goal for Himmels.
It was a great game because
these finals are on the line.
So I'm still, George, just so you know, in Supercoach, I am still in the running to win a cash league of the King of Shit.
So like the bottom 8 cash league.
The bottom 8 cash league.
And you're proud of this fact.
Champ.
And you're mentioning it on...
$200, the King of Shit. Well, what can you do? What can you do? Where are you? You got eliminated.
Yeah, I stopped paying attention a while ago. Yeah. But you got eliminated too.
Yeah, well, not really. I can get my money back. Plus 50 extra. But anyway, yeah, that was a really good pummeling to the Bombers that have just shut
their finals was on the line. This was just such a bad performance from
do you think that Jai Caldwell replacement for Stringer was the key?
No, I think they were just really... I think they're like the Bulldogs. Their bottom 6 or 7 or 8 players are pretty ordinary.
Oh, yeah. They're still young too.
I think Merritt tries his absolute hard at every game. Parrish didn't play horrible. I mean, he had 25 and 7 tackles. Yeah. You can't rely on them two but everyone else, besides them two, were absolute shit. Redmond, 15 touches. Like
Peter Wright couldn't get a sniff. Nick Martin had...
They shouldn't have this 2 ruckman policy, these Phillips and Draper. Just let Draper in and do his thing. Hopefully...
What thing?
Whatever he's doing is doing it now.
What thing's he doing? Well, it was a funny game. That's
such a big pummeling with finals on the line.
Yeah, St Kilda comfortably beat Geelong. So there goes Geelong's chances. And there you go, champ. I think the final later wrapped up depending on Western Bulldogs beating Geelong and Carlton beating GWS.
Is it time for Geelong to retire all the oldies?
I can't believe, they reckon it's only happened 3 times where the reigning premiers have not made finals.
Really? But... If it was to happen to anyone, we went probably maybe a year early with Geelong, and they probably achieved a little bit over what they could have last year. But this year, it's definitely showing now. They've got the old legs. They're all tired, and it was just a matter of time. Age catches up to everyone. They got one of the actually Collins got the oldest list at the moment, but. I think Geelong's players, a lot of them, Isaac Smith, he's done.
Tom Shaw's still kicking though. Mitch Duncan, I think his time's up.
He had a good game.
Zach Tui's still pretty old. Isaac Smith, like you said, you still got Dangerfield lurking in there.
Dangerfield as well. I think his best is he's struggling to get 20 touches, and when he...
Well, if you notice, Dangerfield's current time on ground is around 60 to 65.
Yeah, he is. And you can't really have your...
One of the best midfielders, yeah. He makes a difference, and when he does, he killed Collingwood, I thought.
He did, but he's getting 13 touches to 15 touches almost a game, and...
Yeah. Not good enough there, but no, Geelong are real well done and dusted now. They're just playing for love and trying to upset the Bulldogs for next week is all they're playing for. Champ, what did you think, though, of West Coast? Do you really think that there's something amiss here?
In what terms?
I want to revisit
You love it. It's a random theory or a stupid theory, don't you? Go for it. Tell me.
I'm just saying, do you think there's something amiss?
No, they played a game of football and they won. And again, because they were the better team on the day.
Okay.
You heard
it here first.
What's your crazy theory that you've cooked up this time?
Another champ.
No, tell me. I want to know.
I just wanted your opinion.
No, what did you...
I already said, I think that Adam Simpson gave him a big FU. That's what I'm saying.
Again, if they could have done... If he could have just flipped the switch and made them win a game, they would have done that all year.
Coaching genius. Adam Simpson. Really not letting... West Coast next year get that prize position. Harley Reid is apparently he'll be in our team. He'll be, I wouldn't say captain, but
I don't think if he's in North Melbourne or West Coast, he's probably not going to be in my team unless he's in the back line with Sheasel.
With Sheasel, yeah.
If he is, because I know Zeebel's done and he needs a new friend to kick the ball and chip around in the back line.
Zeeble needs to fix his nose, I think, after that was another thing that happened on the weekend. What an interesting story. Did you hear about that?
Oh, that he got bashed. I think he got king hit.
He got king hit, broken.
And now he's in hospital.
He's got broken nose, yeah.
Oh, he's retired anyway, so.
He's retired, he's got nothing to worry about, and he's got all the weeks to recover.
All the weeks.
All
Now,
the best, Jackie Zeebs. Yes.
Did you watch Melbourne and Hawthorn? No, you didn't, but I'll tell you. Champ, Finn McInnes destroyed Oliver. Kept him to 14 touches.
That is very surprising to me.
Is it surprising? Because Finn McInnes... Did you hear what Goodwin said after the game? No. It's obvious that Finn McInnes doesn't want to get any of the football.
Well, he doesn't.
He actually got one touch less than Oliver.
He did, 14 touches, okay. But then they broke off the tag. That must have hurt us. So Simon Good was having a bit of a whinge.
He was having a bit of a sook. But they still won. And if you look at the stats, the CBAs, Finn McInnes wasn't in the CBAs. He was going to him around the stoppages when, there wasn't any centre bounce attempts. So if Clary wanted to touch the football, he could have done it in the midfield when the ball was being bounced because he didn't have Finn McInnes on him there.
He only got, what's that? He's still got 7 contested possessions out of his 14 touches.
It's a pretty good score for, 14 touches, mate. He got 84 Supercoach for 14 touches. And a gal.
And a nice big snapperoo-doos.
Hawthorn's looking pretty good.
Let's talk about Brownlow. In that losing game,
yes,
Bont, is he getting votes?
Yeah, he's probably getting 3.
3 out of that losing game? You don't think Cripps or Kelly could get...
He could get 2. Yeah, I reckon 2... He was really good. He looked really good.
Yeah, he did. Petrarca, you think he'll get a vote? I don't think so. 22 touches and a goal.
Oh, it was hard to pick a real good winner in that game. Malcolm did spray it a bit. He got 15, he kicked 3 goals, 4. But I don't know... There's not too many standouts for that game. So the votes could go to anyone, probably not Clay.
I know. The highest score was my mid-price madness, Carl Amon, who got 119.
He's having a good...
little
patch.
Mid-price patch that I told everyone to get in that time. Anyway, I'm just figuring...
Sicily, another 80.
Because last week, Bont would have got 2 votes because Liverpool would have got the 3.
Are you Razor A?
Yes.
Okay.
Just based on looking at the performances. Petrarca would have got a couple of votes last week too, but I don't know if any of them could get a vote this week.
I think Bont's already ahead of Dacos at this stage.
You think so? Interesting.
I really think Bont's had an amazing season. Like he hasn't played a bad game.
Yeah. So my friend Ziad, Ziad?
Yeah, he cuts hair.
Yes, he cuts hair. He sent me a text at the start of the year. He had Carlton to make the 8.
Yep.
Dacos to win the Brownlow and Charlie to win the Curnow.
To win the Curnow?
To win the Coleman. So, and he put 150 bucks on. He put 150 bucks on with a return of 7,500. Now he was scared. He goes, should I cash out?
You should have cashed out a long time ago.
Well, he showed me today.
Did he cash out?
How much if you got that, what would you cash out?
The odds would have been huge. His payout, what was his potential payout?
7,600.
Oh, it's not that much. I'll take 3,000 every day of the week.
He cashed out 15 something.
What?
Yeah.
Like it's in 1,500?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good or bad move?
Yeah, good move, because Dacos not going to win it.
Dacos not going to win it. There you go. All right.
But, Sportsbet always wins. So...
Sportsbet does always win.
Chances are you're about to lose.
No.
All right, now... Hawthorn, they're going to come up and they're looking real good. I really like their team.
Well, Sam Mitchell did say...
Newcomb laid out.
Yeah, I know. Sam Mitchell said, I wish the season was a bit longer because they're just finding their strides. But no, yeah, young up-and-coming team, so good potential. They didn't have Newcomb or Mitch Lewis in that team. And I thought they stuck pretty close, but Hawthorn lately, or when they do play well, they only play really well in the first 2 to 3.
The fourth quarter is their worst quarter statistically over the year.
I think that's just experience in leagues, just running out.
Yep, they are running out of them. Mm-hmm. Now,
George, let's go on to some other things at Supercoach.
Wait, what about Freo and Port Adelaide? No, I thought this was a pretty good game, especially early.
I didn't see any of it.
It was the last game of the round.
Last game of the round. Zach Butters gets 3 votes. Oh, there we go.
Yep, there you go. Zach Butters destroyed it, and he was looking good. He's kicking goal. He kicked that goal. He kicked was over his head. It was just fantastic. He looked really good.
Let's have a look here. A couple of injuries. Fremantle no good. Luke Jackson, hasn't he had a big year?
Well, I think he's so good as a solo ruck. Yeah. And you know what? If something happens to Darcy, it's going to be really hard to not pick Jackson. There's so many good ruckmen to pick next year. This year was an absolute shithole, but next year is going to be like a gold mine. There's so many good ruckmen. There's no way I'm not picking 2 premium ruckman next year.
They couldn't wait for Tom to do a round 1 debut. He got 13 touches and 2 goals.
I know.
And even that Hawthorn play, he played pretty well too, the first gamer. I think got 82 points. But that's it for them, George. What else? Yeah, I didn't really see this game, champ. So if you want to talk about Fawn Francis,
no, I'm just thinking Brayshaw is pretty good. He'll probably be someone you'd want to consider over like Laird and Neil next year, I think, because I think Neil and Laird are going down. I still think Laird not too bad. I think Neil's going down more than Laird, but there's been a real drop off on the averages of the top 8 midfielders this year compared to last year. If you take out the dual position players,
look at Took Miller, look at Oliver, look at all the boys.
But Oliver's actually the 3rd highest average in the midfield.
Yeah, but that's because he's
pure midfielder.
As long as he's played a handful of games.
Yeah, then he just got an 80 as well, and he's still
up there.
Crazy.
Wow.
So, all right, Matt Seebs, that's enough talking about the past. Let's talk about the future.
Champ. Yes, let's talk about the future.
All right. Speaking of future, let's talk about some CBAs. Matty, this is exactly why you don't know what you're doing, because you don't appreciate a good CBA.
Champ, I love a good CBA.
Now, this is going to sound really funny to you, Matty, because I know you don't know this, but Callum Mills, he has went up to 88% CBA, 64% increase, and scored like shit.
He's tagged.
That's why. Jack Crisp, loving a midfield role with no Dacos and Degoe. That's all what's happened there. Elliot Yeo looked really good in the midfield. Too bad he's injury prone. I'll never touch him. Cornelio, for some reason, they were playing him forward the last couple of weeks. He's back in the midfield. Don't touch him for your multis, guys. As for Supercoach, I think he's one of those blokes that are over 30. I think it might be your last year getting Cornelio, even if he's in the forward line.
Okay.
Last year for me for Cornelio. Fiorini, back in the midfield. Who really cares? McRae, more midfield time, but he was subbed out.
So based on it's not really more midfield time, just more midfield time on the game that he actually played.
No, he got 17% more CBAs this week, even though he got subbed out.
Well, there you go, McRae. Well, why did he get subbed out? It must have been shit. He's old and dead. I don't think we're going to see McRae, the best of McRae anymore.
I think he had a knock. Shai Bolton left the midfield, 59% less. Liam Duggan left that midfield. So did Swallow. Darcy Cameron, this is very interesting. He was doing really good. Then they took him out of the ruck completely and played Cox there, and he looked horrible. Yes, so he was on his way to a nice, really nice score. Horrible. Flanders lost his midfield time, but he got a record high at 36 disposals. Flanders, he's absolutely having a belter.
He's on fire. Yes, he is.
Only if he could start the year like that, Matty, it would be teams would be flying. Did you start with Flanders this year? I start with Flanders. Mm-hmm. Always a bit too early. Now, do you want to go down Mount Buller, or do you want to have a big Ocker mid-price madness?
Let's just talk.
Adding our sponsors into the mix.
Let's be a big Ocker mid-price madness as sponsors. No, we'll go down a trip down Mount Buller, champ.
Trip down Mount Buller.
Who fell down and fell in the icicle? Titanic. Here we go.
Now, Matty, it's Josh Kelly. Now, I'm not picking him. You're not picking him, and anyone who follows this page should never pick him again. Let's have a look. He's playing like he's 33, because every year, over the last 4 years, he's decreased his average. 2022, his average 114.6. 2021, 107. And 222, 105.8. And then this year, he's averaging 101.5. You've got the games next to it. So he never played a full year recently. So he's got 14 games in 21 in 21, 21 in 22, and 18. He's already missed 4 games this year.
There you go, champ.
So, last 5 rounds, he's averaging 87.8, and last 3 is 81.3.
I think last year his average in the games that he played was probably the best he's ever done.
Because of the games?
Probably the games, and I think it's like that's it. That's it for him.
Well, he played the same amount of games in 21 and averaged a little bit more.
There you go.
You heard it first.
You heard it first, guys.
I think it's because he's got such an injury-prone body. His body thinks it's 31.
Yeah.
And he's starting to age. I can't trust his role. No more of this preseason hype about Josh Kelly. If he's starting to play good, he's starting to, really burn up the track.
Expect an injury.
We're not doing it, guys. Never again. Josh Kelly, never again list. A lot of people might have had him on the never again list, but 100% this time.
George, let's go to the mid-price Matty Madness.
Now, why?
Sponsored by... George, don't ask me why. It's because you asked me, and I don't give a any more about mid-prices.
You just lower your own credentials by putting this guy in here. Anyway, talk about it. All right, here we go, guys. Pat it out.
Champ Anderson, I reckon Matty Anderson will love him.
I reckon Matty Anderson thinks you're an idiot.
Paddy Dow, Champ, I don't really care. I saw the way he played and he looks pretty good and finally he gets a run. I think...
Sam Walsh and Chera due to come back soon. Like this week.
Well, they can come back next week. Champ, I don't care. Like, why are you trying to pin holes in my mid-price madness?
I'm not trying. I'm just saying it's a Pat. I say Matty. Who's the best mid-pricer under 420? You say Paddy Dow. I say Matty. That's pretty stupid.
Yes,
Tell me why it isn't.
Because everyone else that's under that price I've already used, and we need another face.
I reckon I could find a better mid-price madness in about 1 minute.
Okay.
All right, you talk about Paddy Dow, Matty, and his averages, and I'll find a better Paddy Dow for you.
Jordy, no one's picking mid-price madness this time of year, George.
Matty. Everyone could be picking it if they don't have the money, but this is just to see who you think is good.
No one's injured.
Matty,
no one's injured. So no one's got no high pick Supercoach player is injured this week for anyone to drop him to get someone like that. And it's not like you're going to be getting any rookies.
Jesse Hogan.
Jesse Hogan, yeah, right. He's kicking 9 goals against
Essendon.
Against
Carlton.
Wiedering, yeah, sure.
He could.
I thought about it, but no.
You thought about it?
No, but he's not.
Yeah, upon reviewing this, it doesn't look like there's any.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Go, you see how hard it is to pick a mid-price madness, guys? And I'm forced to do this shit.
Matty, you were picking shitty mid-prices
Champ,
before.
Dave Swallow, how's that one? There you go.
He's lost all his midfield time, mate. Did you not hear the CBAs? This is exactly why you need to listen to the CBAs.
He scored 114.
Who did?
Dave Swallow. You know how many goals he kicked?
All right, Bailey Smith, 350. Done. Better than Paddy Dow.
Champ, Bailey Smith
dual position, 350. Don't care.
I wouldn't say he's better.
Get him in, Bailey Smith, and his...
Champ, I got nothing to play for.
Well, neither did Gold Coast, and they almost won.
Yeah, well.
And neither did West Coast, and they won.
Well, who cares? Paddy Dow, young, upcomer, superstar.
Probably back in the VFL with Walsh and Chera coming in, Matty, but that's it. Thank you heaps for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, Jules.
Guys are rushing around to get that Matty Dow.
So all those segments are now done and dusted, Champ. What are we going to do with our life?
Let's talk about, there's going to be so many segments about Brownlow betting.
Ooh,
I've been Brownlow interest for those of you who are parents that are watching.
Chances are you're going to lose.
Chances are you're going to lose.
Aw.
Let's go to the Supercoach League and see who's in the running for those prizes in the last 3.
Let's see. So the last game, the best game of the round, which is going to get some cash.
Ooh, so wrong, so right. Number 1, rank 48. Good on him. Kolo Jashinji, or Kolo Jasny. He's number 2 at rank 137. And Bont is over at 165. Mexicola FC being there from the start, 298. And Comeback Baker, 442. There is 11 people in the top 1,000 in our group. Amazing. And a couple of SMCs in there as well. These guys...
So right. Rank 48. Wow.
Really good. Good on you, Finn. That's a really solid effort to be ranked 48 this time of year.
Look at this guy, Charles. He scored 2,627.
Yeah, he really...
Well, even in Mexicola FC, he scored 2,700.
It's a big round to score if you don't have zeros, matey.
Champ, tell me about it. Let's see what Sarong Sarai's got left. He's got Stewart, Dawson, Sinclair, Ryan, Day, Doherty on the board. Bont, Petruck, Merritt, Laird, Neil, Steele, Cripps, and so he's got Libba. Oh, Champ, he was ranked 48. He's got Libba on the bench. That's sad.
But Cunningham came in for him with the 40, Matty, and that's really...
Champ, I don't know why you didn't put Bont as captain. We could have really sprucing you up there.
You know, English has been the highest averaging player, so he probably went for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Matty, quickly.
Yes.
One word from you. I'm going to go through every team real quick, and you're going to tell me who's going to get the highest Brownlow votes in that team. Adelaide.
Dawson.
Brisbane.
Neil.
Over Dunkley?
Yeah.
Carlton.
Whew.
I think maybe Cripps.
Chera.
Chera?
Chera.
He's been missing a bit.
Chera.
All right. Magpies, Dacos.
Dacos.
Without Dacos. Market.
Ooh, Degoe.
Okay. Essendon.
Actually, maybe his brother Josh. Essendon, Merritt.
Without Merritt.
Oh, they're all shit, aren't they?
He's played good this year, and Essendon...
I don't know if Peter Wright might get it. No, he's not going to get a vote. Fuck, I don't know.
Peter Wright?
Like, I know he kicked a big bag when he came back and he got 3 votes, but I don't see any other Essendon players getting more than maybe Nick Martin.
Yeah, I suppose
Nick Martin
so.
had a good 6 to 7 games.
Freo. Brayshaw Sarong.
Oh, yeah, one of those. I wouldn't touch it. Would you touch it?
Chances are you're going to lose.
Chances are
Chances are you're going to lose.
Yeah.
I think Brayshaw.
Would you touch it? He's not my question.
I need to do my research.
Yeah. Okay.
If my research says that Brayshaw's
The odds are the same.
Yeah, if my research says it, but at the moment I'll pick Brayshaw.
Okay, cool. Next.
Geelong.
Jeremy?
Cameron? Yeah, I think that's a fair pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't say any mid. Or Tom Stewart, Jeremy Cameron?
Not sure.
No.
Hawthorn.
Sicily. No one's going to get
the votes. Newcombe.
Newcombe, you reckon?
I don't think the defenders really get too many.
No, there's games where Sicily's going to have 3 votes, like at least 6 times. Sicily's...
Yeah, maybe. I'll still back Nukes in. Yeah. Gold Coast.
Anderson. Noah? Anderson?
Yeah, I mean... Giants. Tom Green?
Toby Green, yeah.
Tom Green.
I reckon Toby.
Maybe.
Yeah.
See what the market says about that.
But they do hate...
Hawks.
They do hate Toby. Didn't we do Hawks already, or we said Sicily?
Probably.
Melbourne, you mean?
Whatever.
Melbourne.
Petrarca, obviously.
Petrarca.
Without Petrarca market, Piney.
Not Gordon? Nah. Gordon always gets some votes. And he's...
not this year. Only the games without...
North Melbourne.
LDU for sure.
LDU? On the 2 games.
Another late out LDU before the game started.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
Richmond?
Trance, obviously.
Tarantos.
Without Trance, Dusty.
Dusty, yeah.
I think he's had some really good
St.
games.
Kilda?
Oh, still Crouch. I reckon maybe Marshall has had a pretty decent year.
Paul
Butters for sure, obviously.
Butters.
Then Rosie without him.
Yeah. Then Butters above Rose, for sure.
Absolutely.
Who else is there? Western Bulldogs champ, the Bonds. West Coast, 2 cares.
Without him, Libba.
Yeah, fair enough.
West Coast.
I don't even think he'll be a market with it because Libba's pretty much high up there.
Probably Cripps.
Yeah, probably. Patrick Reed kicking those 5 goals, he'll get 3.
Probably miss a team like Sydney.
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 Parker.
I think he's had a pretty shit year, Parker.
They've all had a shit years.
Sydney, they're pretty shit. I can't even think of it. Warner? Is he?
Warner, maybe.
Who knows? Anyway, there's been a Q&A. If everyone's waiting around to pass all that to hear the Q&As. Lyndon James. Huge thanks to the podcast, boys. It's been a great year ever since I tuned in. Is Dawson the captain this week? He's due.
Against West Coast, I think they're still going to be spewing.
I think
why not?
We'll look into the captains after this one, Lyndon. But thanks, Heath, mate. Thanks for watching. It has been a great year and great to have superstars like you on board. Wahhabi just wants the king. He wants to bag Sam Mitchell, number 1. The thing he says about Sam Mitchell and his family to me in the private chats is just off the charts. Yeah, he's very angry. And every coach who's made dumb decisions to leave me with donuts every effing week. The fact that I lose by 40 points with less than 4 plays says a lot. Wahhabi's feeling the pinch of the donuts, matey. I've had the pinch for a long
time.
Now, David Cutting says, Willie Rioli, 96 points. Now, you probably don't know what that means, but his dream team was about 40 points. He had maybe 10 touches and a goal. He obviously didn't deserve that.
Dying moments in the game to be such a narrow.
The game was dying in the second.
Willie Rioli?
Yeah.
Oh, he plays for fucking Port Adelaide now. I'm thinking he's still playing for West Coast. That's probably why it was close. Who knows, George? Who knows?
Who knows what Champion Data actually does? Because I saw the game and I don't think Willie Rioli deserved it for 11 touches, 1 tackle and a goal.
6 of them were contested.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, so did Old Mate.
I don't care. It's Willie Rioli. We're not data. We're not Supercoach data. We're just Supercoach masters. But the data's it's a fickle bitch. This Champion.
Now
data.
I gave Wahhabi a reference to go to Champion Data to get the job there. So hopefully he gets the job. And he can actually tell us why the fuck Willie Rioli's getting 97 points. Other questions will come if he gets the job. Kyle Achaludi, Big O, he says, Primo Tex Walker. You know he's got Tex Walker in his name. VC for this round.
Why not? It's against West Coast.
West Coast, I think you've got such a big point of difference against such a shit team. You have to put him vice captain because there's no point in having Tex Walker.
Not to mention, he's probably trying. They've got nothing to play for now. Adelaide can't make finals. So let's give Tex a chance for Coleman. I pick him kicking 11 goals.
If West Coast play anything like they did against the Bulldogs, it's going to be a tough slog. But if we go in the way to expect, you're expecting a big bag. So it's worth going Tex Walker for vice captain. So I don't mind it. If you got Tex, these are the games you got him for. Go for it, Big O. And now the Whiskey D says, are we agreeing that most mid-prices were a fail this year, Matty? Can't think of more than 2 that were keepers and most disappointing. Matty, can you think of any mid-prices or even go back, any mid-prices that were successful? I think actually Wanganeen Maliri is actually coming into his own right now. Warple's actually been scoring pretty well, but Mason Wood, I don't think he was ever a mid-pricer that anyone considered. He was $3.99.
That's a mid-price.
I mean, Setterfield was a fail.
He was a fail. Hopper, fail.
He was a fail.
Zeeble was all right, I guess.
Zeeble was all right. He had old man syndrome towards the end.
If we went for Oscar Allen, it would have made us a good 250,000.
I mean, there's Keays, who's I think would have to say that Keays was a fail.
Chappie just got a 36, yeah.
I mean, if he kicked that winning goal,
he would have got a 90.
He wouldn't have got nowhere near a 90. They've really changed that. You remember when the scaling for
Chase
the winning goals
Chase Jones was a good mid-price player for a good couple of weeks.
Yeah, Chase Jones, P-Net, there are other ones that are absolute fails.
They weren't fails, Jones. They were.
I think these mid-prices... Kieran Briggs, he's an absolute A+.
A+, oh yeah, he is 560. Wow, he's only going up. He's only going up still. Break even 70. It's projected to kill Peanut.
Well, I imagine he will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
I agree with you. I don't think there's been any good bid prices this year that saved our day.
Because last year, the year before, there was heaps.
There were so many.
Will Brody's and Keneally.
Keneally. There was just so goddamn many superstars that you just didn't need to upgrade.
Exactly. Our Sicily's and all that, but none this year, and that's probably where we went wrong. Next year's going to be very different. You're going to see Premos and rookies
all around.
Now, Dean Field says, should we give Mitchell another go next year?
No, I don't think so. Tom Mitchell?
Yep, I imagine so.
I doubt it. Well, he has been subbed and been subbed off and subbed on, so his average is going to be less than what it should be.
The question is, why was he subbed on and subbed off?
Because he was out of form for those couple of games.
Out of form? Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think he was out of form for?
Because he wasn't doing the contested stuff that he did to cement the wins that we got from the start of the year.
You were big on him at the start. Did you think that his midfield time was what you expected it to be?
Yeah, because he didn't really play forward line like he did. He played more midfield than forward.
He did, but the CBAs, we got De Goey ahead of him. We got Dacos ahead of him.
I get it, but Dacos wasn't in the CBAs at the start of the year.
But yeah, no, but he still was, sharing with Adams.
And that's okay. So I didn't expect anything less than what he got. So it's Tom Mitchell. Tom Mitchell didn't spend any time in the forward line trying to kick a goal. He didn't.
He said that's shit because he's old.
No, he probably spent more time on the bench than on the forward line.
His actually time on ground's not too bad.
It's pretty bad, but
it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all.
Don't give Tom Mitchell does his job, but no, it is what it is.
He's averaging less than Callum Mills. Callum Mills and Tom Mitchell side by side.
No, I wouldn't say that, champ. He's a superstar.
All right, yeah, so as for that one, Dean Fields, no Tom Mitchell next year, I was safe to say.
Yeah.
No top 8, nothing like that.
No.
That's it from the Q&As, Mattys.
Good, Gerald, because I'm done and we're done, and good luck to everybody.
Yes, thanks. Great podcast, Matty. It was really good. Appreciated the input we put.
We're going to do, there's going to be NBL Supercoach basketball.
NBL?
Like basketball. On this Herald Sun.
I don't give a fuck about basketball.
$5,000.
$5,000. Chances are you're going to lose.
Oh. Chances are I can't even be fucked. I'm too.
I will do it. Guys, thanks for tuning in, which was a fun year. If you made it to every episode.
Thanks, everybody.
You've done better than us because we missed one. So,
we did miss one.
Stop touching the material. You know how much these cost me.
They didn't cost you anything.
Oh, and also, guys, if you tuned into this far at the end, there will be a Supercoach Master Shop next year. I will do it because I have about 3 months to try and find and get these jumpers.
Let's do it, Gerald. Supercoach Master Shop, beanies. What else are we going to put? What's going to be in the market?
Beanies, polos, hoodies, and we might even have some championship ones for if you want to get one for your league, championship polos, and they have a winner on it.
Very nice.
All right. Matty, that is it for me. What a great year it has been. It's been so good to see you every fucking week.
Definitely.
Your banter has been subpar, but you have been getting better with age, unlike Tom Mitchell.
Oh, leave him alone. Leave him. Oh. Boom!
Bang!
All right, you got
Right,
me.
guys,
Turn
we'll
off.
see you next year.
See you
but
next
no, we'll
year.
probably do some podcasts on the Brownlow or
Nah,
something. So if you
we'll
want,
see. We'll see.
we'll see. We'll see indeed. All right, guys, thank you so much for what has been a great year. I want to keep on saying that. Matty, you're not working anymore.
Just gotta get this email real quick.
If your missus watches this is what he does at home. Does he just do work at home?
No, I'm not doing it. I'm just trying to get some sales. All right, Charles, let's put that. I'm out of here. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.